Hey guys, and welcome to 3 Questions with Pastor Carney. I'm Phil Kuhn. Next to me is Pastor Carney, and Billy is running the show behind the scenes, behind the camera for us. Billy, let's take it away.
We all have questions, and Pastor Carney has answers. We all want to know what he thinks. There's important information to know. What are his thoughts? How did he get here? What's his favorite golf ball? It's time for 3 Questions with Pastor Carney.
I'm having so much fun, if I can use that word, putting these sermons together. I was just upstairs now, working on King Herod. And, wow, my favorite villain. There's a couple of them because the more you dive deeper into them, the more you understand what was going through their head or trying to go through their head. And it was devious, it was villainous, it was evil. But I'm going to pick 2 because we don't hear about them a lot.
Okay.
Number 1 is Haman. Heinous plan. And the other one is Aletheia.
Oh, not familiar.
I'm sorry, I mispronounced the name. Athaliah. And she's coming up in July. So Athaliah and Haman. And when we get to those 2 sermons, you understand the heinous plot and the evilness behind the 2. But those are 2 people that, 2 villains that people really don't hear about. Haman and Athaliah. So I'd go with those 2. Hero. Well, leave Jesus out of the scenario. Hero. For a different reason, I have to go with King David. Now, I get the whole story with David and Bathsheba. I get that. But the hero, because when Nathan came to David, and gave him a story, David was enraged. And Nathan kind of calmly said, I'm talking about you, buddy.
Yep.
And then he wrote those beautiful words, create in me a pure heart of God.
Mm-hmm.
And create in me a clean heart of God and renew a right spirit within me. And he realized what he did. And for that reason, realizing that he was the man, what Nathan was talking about, and then changing his life over and following God is my hero.
You know, it's funny you say that because I was actually going to take a little bit of a different twist to it.
Okay.
And I was going to say, not only, there's 2 people who in the Bible came to my mind who are not only heroes, but have also been villains. Oh. David was one of them.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
So David was one of my answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole story of David and Goliath and everything is awesome. But then, the Bathsheba and Uriah and all that's not so great.
Yep.
The other person, though, that I think of is Saul to Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Saul was a villain, man.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was a villain and
Yeah.
then became obviously such an awesome person in the Bible with such inspiring words and through all of his failures and also his heartaches and prison time and all these things, he continued to speak positivity and witnessed all these people. But he was a huge villain before he became, a hero. So I'd say Saul to Paul is probably my biggest, and it's one person and it's both.
If I can put a little asterisk on this, just today, Advent Leaf, for some strange reason, said, well, what's next summer's sermon series going to be, Pastor? I'm like, let me get to Christmas first.
Right.
But yeah, so if you have an idea for next summer, shoot me an email. I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask him anyway, Phil.
Yeah.
Can we take out the word favorite?
Sure, why not?
Oh, that wasn't the answer I thought of. I didn't believe you say, no, that's my question.
I think.
I'm going to keep the word favorite in there. Just because you wrote the question like that. The hero part I got down easily. My favorite is villain, and it might need a little explanation. My favorite villain is sickness and disease.
Ooh.
And here's why. It's not a favorite of mine that people get sick and get disease such as cancer or leukemia, which is cancer, or any dreaded disease. I know that your family's going through that with Lisa. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that's a favorite thing of mine, but the favorite part of that is that God's power and God's healing can come through in those situations. And that even in those times, God shows us that he is the great physician, that he will bring these people, if it be thy will, out of these diseases. So the villain part would be sicknesses and disease. The favorite part of it is because that God's power and mercy and grace and healing is shown through that. So I would say the villain part would be disease and sickness. The hero, hands down, very easy. I'm going to change the word culture. And hero in life, for me, has got to be my grandson, Owen. What he endured the first month of his life, first 2 months, and then where he is now. Every time I see him, I just, in my head, he's my hero. What he's went through, is going through, hands down, my hero. So I would give those answers.
I'm going to take a little bit of a lighter approach to it. So obviously, like we talked about, like outside of Jesus, right? He's the ultimate hero. Satan's the ultimate villain, right? So we're talking kind of more pop culture. So for me, I would say it comes from the same movie, but Joker. Okay, so the Heath Ledger Joker is by all means my favorite all-time villain.
Okay.
He played that role. Unbelievable. And then on the flip side, Batman is my favorite actual hero, right? So if you're looking at heroes and villains, according to, comics and stuff like that, Batman and the Joker.
Are you old enough? I know you're young. Are you old enough to remember, the Adam West and the Batman and Robin?
I've seen them.
Going to the Batcave.
Yeah, I've seen them, but as a kid, no. I don't remember watching them as a kid. I've watched them as an adult, but not as a kid. So.
Yeah. And who was the butler or whatever his name was? It was Bruce Wayne. Was but Adam West. What was the butler's name in the TV show Batman?
The actual, like the character's name or the actual person?
Yeah, the character's name. I can't come up with it.
Yep.
Can you, Billy?
I can see it. I can see it in my head. And why is it not there?
Billy is looking at me like, I have no idea. Can't help you out here, Pastor.
I,
Well, Google it and send me a text. Yeah.
Alfred.
Alfred. There you go.
all I
Alfred.
could think of was Jarvis, and that's Iron Man.
That's Iron Man. Yeah.
Also
yeah.
good.
Villains.
Depends what you want to learn, I guess.
I say villains. And I'm going to go biblical honest here and go Psalm 23 and the mountain of transfiguration. Putting those two together. If you remember the story of the mountain transfiguration, the disciples said, it's really cool to be here. I want to stay here the rest of my life. Let's build some 3 tents, okay? And Jesus says, no, we got to go back down the mountain because it's in the valleys where we grow and your faith grows. And so you got to be down in the valleys, not on the mountaintop. And knowing that Psalm 23 says, yea, though I walk through the valleys of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. So I would say we learn more from the villains, those tough situations, those bad situations, those times when life is rough and the sicknesses and the diseases and all that evilness comes to us. And God says, walk through it. Someone once told me that when we say that we feel like we're going through hell, or people say we're going through hell and back, someone told me just keep walking because there's a rainbow at the end of that. And Jesus will always take us out. And so...
Okay. So I like that answer. I'm going to go on the flip side. I'm going to say heroes.
All right.
The reason I say that is because I think that having mentors in our life, people that are good examples for us, can make all the difference. Now, I do like what you say because I've had people in my life who made some really bad mistakes. And although I wouldn't consider them a villain, they've made some pretty bad choices and stuff that would be villain-esque, right? And so I've learned a lot from watching that. But I also think there's something important about having a mentor, having, a man in my life or men in my life that I can look up to who are quote unquote heroes. Because I think if we look too much into the villain side of things, it can just beat us down, right? I look at the world right now and oh my gosh, it's like we could go down the list of politicians, of all the villains, right? Of who we know and who we see. But we need that light. And obviously we know that Christ is the ultimate light for us, but sometimes we need that human light too of people who are doing the right things and those good stories. So I'm an optimist. So I need those heroes in my life to continue to motivate me to do the right thing.
All right, that has been 3 questions with Phil Kuhn. No, it's been 3 questions with Pastor Carney and Phil Kuhn.
That's right.
I know one of these days, Billy, we should switch this up and do 3 questions with Phil Kuhn. and then turn the tables. Oh, I gotta tell you, sorry, it's going too much longer here. That one segment that we did where you guys answered for me and I had to come in and answer, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
I sat down with Donna and we laughed. We had tears in our eyes.
Did you like my impressions of you?
I love that. And I really didn't get, the whole facial thing. And Donna says, oh no, you are the king of faces.
Oh yeah.
Anytime anybody says anything or anything, you have a face for it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was awesome. And I think we should do that again. Actually, no, I know we should do it again. But maybe sometime we'll do How Well Do You Know Phil Kuhn?
Oh, there you go.
Or Billy Brinkerhoff.
Yeah. Schedule.
Yeah.
Heather joining us on Three
Heather's
Questions
joining
for
us.
Pastor
So,
Carney.
and
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we're still
Oh,
recording.
you're not done? Oh, you said
Well, that has been 3 Questions with Pastor Carney, Phil Kuhn, Billy Brinkerhoff, and a surprise guest, Heather Brannick. Have a great day. Take care. God bless. Right here, buddy.
Thanks again for joining us. If you have any questions about Redeemer, have a topic or interview suggestion, or need to know anything about the church, you can contact the church office at churchoffice@redeemerwarsaw.org,
Pastor Carney at pastor_Carney@redeemerwarsaw.org.
Phil at phil.prevail@gmail.com, or Billy at rlc_it@redeemerwarsaw.org. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Please join us again next week. And until then, may the Lord be with your spirit and grace be with you.
The reason I'm doing this is because the camera in front of us, either I'm crooked or it's crooked, so I'm trying to straighten myself out there.
It's crooked. You're good.
Am I crooked?
No, you're good.
Am I good?
Doesn't look crooked to me.
No, it's just the way it was tilted. You looked.
I look crooked.
Do it that way.
They really don't want to know
perfect.
this, do they?
Oh, well, I think we're going to restart.
Okay. Hey, the hero.
Yep, I know the song.
84.
That's before I was.
Do you know that you take it back, Donna and I just celebrated our 39th wedding anniversary. So we were married in 1984.
Congratulations.
I need a hero.
That's right.
And she's my hero. Yeah, love you, babe.
Sweetness.
Sweetness, my sweetness. For 39 years.
That's awesome.
Anyway, Billy's saying, cut. So,